It's alright though, it's easy, isn't it?
Welcome to Stonex Stadium. Lucy, the weather's pretty lovely today, isn't it? I think this is going to be a really great match.
It's going to be an absolute cracker. We're ready. The players are raring to go. The coaches are on standby. But are the fans ready?
Come on, you Surrey girls!
Yeah, I think that just about covers it, don't you?
Absolutely. Let's get going.
It's back. Premiership Women's Rugby returns after its summer hiatus, with Saracens and Trailfinders having the honour of kicking off proceedings this afternoon. Both sides are without their international stars, but there's still plenty of talent packed into both matchday squads. Saracens are looking to go one step further than last season, whilst Trailfinders, with a new head coach in town, are looking to improve on an impressive debut season. It's the same flair, the same levels of excitement, and we cannot wait for Premiership Women's Rugby to be back on your screens. Well, good afternoon. Welcome to Stonex Stadium, the start of the 2024-25 season, and a London derby to kick things off. I'm delighted to say that Sophie Bridger is joining me pre-match and in commentary with Charlotte Wright-Haley a bit later. Sophie, it's been a bit of a rush today, I think that's fair to say, but how excited are you to see the league finally get underway?
Yeah, I think it's really exciting to get it going, and this season is going to be so interesting with how compact it is and the level of the teams coming up. Like Ealing obviously coming in last year and really developing and becoming a really challenging side to play. So I think it's going to be really exciting off the back of last week, or 2 weeks ago, sorry, to come into this, to get it going. It's a perfect day for rugby.
Really is a perfect day. You said talking about 2 weeks ago, that power-up friendly game, that was a proper tussle. There's a little bit of needle, a little bit of spice in that as well, and some ex-Saris in that Ealing squad today. That's just going to add to it, isn't it? Yeah,
naturally. I think it all comes with it. Everyone's really competitive out there, and I think that was a really good starting block. And now to see what both teams have gone away for the last 2 weeks and done, and to show today, I think it's going to be really good. I think it will be a real good game.
Like you said, should be a really good game. Now, one person that's going to be in the thick of the action, she was all pre-season, is prop forward Akina Gondwe. She was the Players' Player of the Season last year here at Saracens, and Lucy caught up with her a few minutes ago to get her thoughts on this season opener.
Well, kick-off is fast approaching, but before then, I'm delighted to be joined by Saracens prop Akina Gondwe. Akina, a brand new season of PWR. How are you feeling ahead of today's game?
Yeah, really excited. I think the main thing is that pre-season's definitely over. Like, we obviously had the pre-season warm-up games, but obviously we had the week off, so still a little bit more pre-season training. But yeah, it's good to get the league underway finally. And
pre-season, let's be honest, it can be pretty brutal, but you've had a very successful pre-season. You won both of your fixtures of PWR up. So how has pre-season been from your perspective?
I think it's been really tough, but for me personally, I've really enjoyed it in the sense that it's been a time to just kind of find out a bit more about myself, like what have I got in the tank, how hard can I work and stuff like that. So from that perspective, I've really enjoyed it.
Well, we honestly cannot wait to see you go out there. And of course, if we look at the squad for Saris today, with the WXV on, there are players out on international duty, but it gives us a brilliant opportunity to see some players who perhaps we don't get to see as often as we like. So tell us a little bit about the squad for Saris today.
I think obviously there's a lot of young players, which brings a real youthful feel to the way that we play. Like Amelia, she's a 10 that wants to keep the ball in hand, she wants to run with it, but she also wants to distribute like into little holes. So probably her game's a little bit different to Zoe Harrison's. But like that then ties into a lot of the younger players that we have, like Gemma Jo Lincolns loves to run with the ball, and I think like her and Amelia link up quite well. And so yeah, like obviously we've got a young front row, all under 25, which is really exciting. And yeah, like the youthfulness of the squad, obviously when those girls come back from WXV, yes, it brings the experience, but for the time being, the couple of games that we have without them, it's really fun to play with the younger girls.
Well, we cannot wait to see what you guys put out there. All the best of luck. Thank you so much, Akina.
Thank you.
Harry, back to you in the studio.
Well, fantastic to hear from Akina there. Sophie, she was talking about this pre-season being really good for her finding herself. She arrived a few games in last season. Everyone knows what happened with Warriors women. But as a teammate, she just seems like an absolute ball of energy all the time. What's she like to play with and train with?
Yeah, I think it's really nice to see her come into her own. Obviously, coming into halfway through the season is really tough, but I think she's really come on a reset when she came into pre-season this coming season, and she's really grown into that team and really fought for that place as the prop. And it's really great to see her, and she brings energy to training. She brings it off the pitch, on the pitch. Like she's a big character in our team now, and it's really nice to see that. And I think she's a great quality player, and it's nice that now she gets to show that, and she's really come into her own.
She really is. Now, these power-up friendly games has been valuable minutes for people, but lots of players, like you said, have come into their own. Amelia McDougall seems to the manner born really in that 10 jersey. Zoe Harrison to come back, Emma Hardy coming in, loads of pathway kids, and it's an opportunity, I suppose, in these early rounds for players that might not normally get as many minutes as they are to really put their hands up.
Yeah, exactly. And like Mills and Emma coming into the team, obviously Emma's new to the team. She's settled in just like she's always been here, and it's been really nice to see. And Mills has really developed on her coming in last year, and then this year she's really pushed on and become kind of that voice and that leader in that 10 position, which is class to see. Like you get that development, and these first couple of games that are perfect for that opportunity, and I think everyone's really taken that.
Well, like you said, lots of opportunities. Some opportunities today on the Trailfinders side as well for, well, I suppose a little bit of revenge. 3 former Saracens in their team, the Emmas, Taylor and Uren, and Kat Evans as well. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll show you Lucy's interview with Emma Taylor. She's captaining her side today against her former club.
From the Dark Ages to the Digital Ages, as one of the world's largest London metal exchange traders, StoneX is leading the revolution of the base metal market. BM Execute is an online, real-time risk management system for the base metals industry. Easy to use and rich in functionality, BM Execute will allow for easier risk management, real-time views, and reduced operational risk. BM Execute takes base metal trading to the next level.
Here we go, Women's Rugby World Cup, England 2025.
Le moment tant attendu approche. Le public est prêt.
I was born for this.
Would you write off the reigning champions?
A new generation of players ready to set the tournament alight.
Mais t'as vu le dernier match de Mana FE? Elle a dominé.
La plus jeune capitaine française de l'histoire est gonflée à bloc.
Ellie Hildan scores all tries.
England are surely still hurting, but that was then. This is now. Everything's at stake here. Other teams are hunting Renee Holmes in the Black Ferns. Van Willetcher's so tough, can she carry the nation to glory?
These players keep raising the bar higher and higher in search of rugby immortality. When this tournament's over, Who will history remember?
Welcome back, everybody, to StoneX Stadium ahead of Saracens versus Trailfinders. I'm delighted to be joined by Trailfinders captain Emma Taylor. Emma, hello, thank you for joining me. A new season, a new club, new colours. How are you feeling ahead of today's game?
I'm just really excited. We've had a nice intense preseason, a couple of really strong warm-up games. So yeah, we're just really excited to get going.
And of course, one of the big talking points in the off-season was your move from Saracens to Trailfinders. Talk to us a little bit about that move and what it means for you personally.
Yeah, it was just like I said, there's no bad blood or anything between me and anyone at Saracens. It was just looking for a little bit of a change. Yeah, and honestly, I got to Trailfinders a little nervous, obviously, kind of stepping into a new shirt and whatever, but they've been incredible. The club is just like so welcoming, and yeah, it just like seems like a really good fit for me, and I'm honestly loving it. Like, it's really fun rugby, so yeah, I can't really ask for anything more than that.
Oh, well, we can't wait to see you get out there. And finally, if we take a look at the game today, what do you think fans can expect to see from this match?
I think it's going to be really physical. I think Saris are notorious for being a really physical, like, up front side. And I know that, you know, our pack is very capable of doing the same. I think it's going to be really fast. So I think for us, like, we like to play with a lot of tempo, and I know Saris do as well. So I think it's going to be a lot of like non-stop, one of those games where people are watching being like, oh my God, they must be dead. So I'm hoping that's what we give them anyways. I think it'll be exciting.
Oh, well, I think it's going to be a good show for sure. Thank you so much, Emma. All the best.
Thanks.
Harry, over to you.
Well, fantastic to hear from Emma Taylor. They're wearing green today rather than the black and red. Sophie, she said it's going to be physical like it was a few weeks ago. Second rows, they obviously love that, but she's got a point, hasn't she? It was brutal out there a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, great to watch when you're not involved in it, but yeah, it will be, but that's always the best kind, and I think two sides like this, head-to-head, to go at it, I think will be really interesting, and then the weather allows us to play the ball and move the ball, and I think both Ealing and Saris have that capability, so it's just going to see who stays on top and gets the best outcome.
And like you said, it's all going to be about the outcomes. We've got some clips here for you to go through as well from that game a few weeks ago. And this, let's have a look here. This first one here, this was an Ealing attack early in the half, and you were saying in the build-up to this, the Saris weren't quite connected in that first 40 minutes.
Yeah, I think like we get off the line well, but then we stop and we let them get a positive carry, and then that means that they play on top and pick us apart on kind of when they get that positive carry, it's hard for us to get the fold and get set again, and they do that really well. Like, they're playing with speed and with tempo, and we just need to come together and stop that, which obviously like is something that we will do.
But sort of grew into the half. This was back towards the second half of it, under pressure at scrum time, but you could see the backs starting to get the hands going and picking out the territory.
Yeah, like especially in pre-season, like we love playing KBA, we love playing free ball, and this is exactly like what you're seeing here, is just throwing that ball around with confidence, with control, and really drawing them in and then using that space and then putting that ball in behind is a great little bit of rugby, and the boot on that is unreal, and that's the momentum changer. You talk about opportunity turns into momentum, and that's it.
And this final clip here, this led to the Bryony Cleal try from the quick tap penalty, but just talk to us about this attacking structure here.
Yeah, so like the difference, like from the clip one, like we get positive gain, then we get to stay on top, and then again, like we're just throwing the ball around, girls are coming out, working hard, coming from everywhere, and then yeah, like we get to get right to the wing, we play edge to edge, and then we punch through the middle.
You talked there about sort of KBA keeping the ball alive. That was a James Tyrrell who was here beforehand. That was something he really pushed. Duncan Taylor's carried that on. For you as a squad, for you as a back especially, how important is it and how much do you enjoy it?
I love it. It's the best kind of rugby. Like, that's the rugby that we want to play, and at Saris, like, we want to be moving that ball and having that freedom, and all the girls here, no matter if you're a forward or a back, are all capable of throwing that ball around and throwing it around with confidence and, you know, with courage, and we do that really well, and it's nice to see that we're bringing that into the game more and more.
And it should make for a really exciting game today as well.
It will.
It definitely will. You heard it there from Sophie Bridger. It's going to be an exciting game. We're going to take a short break and we'll see you on the other side.
Welcome back to StoneX Stadium, where kickoff is just around the corner. This season, the Powered Differently campaign is back, showing the lives of our players on and off the pitch. Here's a bit of an inside look into what Sydney Gregson and Caris Cox's lives are like away from the rugby pitch.
When I did my ACL, I kind of had a bit of a quarter-life crisis and decided that I needed a career. Found this job here at Heathmount. Came in a graduate role. About halfway through, they said that they could put me through my teacher training. I think to be a good teacher, you need to be extremely patient. You need to be nurturing and, be kind. Quite a calm person at work, I think, but no, definitely not on the rugby pitch or at training. From rugby, I've learned a lot of things that help me in life and in work as well. I think, being able to work with lots of different people, like you work with different teams at school and at work, you learn that being part of, like a rugby team or a sports team, you're constantly, building relationships with lots of different people, and especially, working in a school, there's lots of different children with lots of different personalities, as well as the staff. I'm Sydney Gregson, I'm a teacher, I'm an outside centre at Saracens, I'm powered differently.
I've got about 3 to 4 nurses in the family, and that had a heavy influence. I work on a neuro high care ward, which basically means that I'm caring for patients with brain injuries. Nothing worth having comes easy, so putting the work in now in environments like this is really going to set me up for post-rugby. Working as a nurse really helps me on the pitch because the skills needed are very similar. Teamwork is essential, that the day runs smoothly and that the patients are kept safe. I always need to be in a job where I'm being pushed and there's room for me to grow, and nursing's a profession that you can do that. My dad got me into the sport and he's a very proud Welshman. It's always been challenging fitting in nursing and rugby, but it's always been about prioritising, speaking to people, good communication with coaches, good communication with work teams has always been critical. Personally, I think if there's a bad run of games or you lose a game, I know that that's not going to last forever. Reflect on what's happened and acknowledge the mistakes that have happened, but you're there to then make them better next time. I'm Caris Cox, I'm a registered nurse, I'm a centre for Trailfinders women, I'm powered differently.
Well, that was the Powered Differently campaign. Sydney Gregson, Caris Cox there. Head to the PWR YouTube channel to check out all of the other stories from across the league. Speaking of stories, though, something a bit different. We've got both coaches with us ahead of the match, Barney Madison, Alex Alsterbury. Barney, we'll start with you. Your first season as head coach. Played Sarries a couple of weeks ago. What are you expecting today?
Be much of the same. I think it was obviously a pretty good game 2 weeks ago. Obviously Saracens at home's are going to be a challenge, very physical team, so but yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Alex, for you, obviously like Barney said, it was a really physical match. That for you as coaches, how much can you read from that game going into this one?
Yeah, I think you can take quite a lot from it. It's a really unusual turnaround to be playing the same team within 2 weeks. The squads haven't changed that much with everyone that's away in different places, so I think it really was kind of the marker for what's to come. I expect it to be equally, if not more, physical. I think teams will have seen some pictures that they think they can exploit on both sides, and it's up to us as teams and as coaching teams to see if we can maximise those opportunities. But as Barney said, it's going to be full-blooded physical, and it'll be hopefully a really entertaining game for the fans, but hopefully not too entertaining from my point of view.
We've heard from Akina, we've heard from Emma as well. See, Emma knows this place well, but for you as a head coach, you've got lots of new players in, your first crack at the league as well. How excited are you for that?
Yeah, I'm really excited. We've probably had a core group of players now for the whole of pre-season. Obviously with WXV being on, we've lost a lot of internationals away there, so we've worked with the same group of players for a period of time now. A lot of you've probably seen from the past 2 team sheets, very similar to the team sheet there this week. So again, combinations have worked well together. So again, it's just an exciting opportunity to see how things go today.
Well, Alex, final one. Don't want to say seasoned, but you've obviously been in this league a lot longer than Barney. For you, what do you think is the thing that Barney is going to experience most this season being a head coach in the PWR?
It's the ups and downs. He'll be fully aware, even just been in post for a few weeks and months around it. It's the ups and downs, it's the things that you're not quite expecting, but ultimately it'll be a great experience. I'm sure he'll add to the league, and when he looks back when he's old and greyer in about 2 months' time, he'll have enjoyed it very much.
Brilliant. Well, both of you, thanks so much for joining us. Thank you to all of you at home. We're going to take a quick break and then we'll be back for kick-off very shortly.
From the Dark Ages to the Digital Ages, as one of the world's largest London metal exchange traders, StoneX is leading the revolution of the base metal market. BM Execute is an online, real-time risk management system for the base metals industry. Easy to use and rich in functionality, BM Execute will allow for easier risk management, real-time views, and reduced operational risk. BM Execute takes base metal trading to the next level.
Well, building in then to kick off, just a few minutes away, and I'm delighted to say that Sophie Bridger has joined me, and Charlotte Wright-Haley has finished her warm-ups, had a shower, and got herself TV ready. Both of you, great to have you with us for this. Sophie, we talked to you a bit pre-match. Charlotte, for you, you've been in both camps, so what do you think the final messages are going to be?
I think for Sarries, it's probably just going to be getting some clarity around our breakdown. I think the last time that we had a hit out against them, maybe that's a bit of an area where we sort of let ourselves down a little bit, but you know, I've seen the girls working this week. They've put in the graft, they've put in the hours, and I have absolutely all my faith in them. I think for Trailfinders, they definitely have threats all over the park, and I think it will be sort of about challenging us on our physicality front, and yeah, seeing about how they can test us.
Perfect. Well, speaking of tests, let's have a look through the teams. It's the first one of the season, so it's going to be a test for us to make sure that we've got everybody right. Starting with your Saracens team, Akina Gondwe, we said they're starting at loosehead as Trailfinders make their way out onto the pitch. Joya Bennett, it's her first PWR start, and Gemma Jo Linkins likewise in Saracens colours. Trailfinders then, well, they're on the pitch, but they're on your screen as well. We said beforehand about the squad. We've had a few technical difficulties there just with the names, but we will go through it with you. Emma Uren, Team GB star at 15. She's one to watch, as is Brooke Bradley, a summer recruit at scrum half from Exeter. It's okay, mate, all good. You can see Emma Taylor on your screen there. She would have been used to running out to this song in Sarries colours. Now she's going to be doing it in the green of Trailfinders. And here then come your Saracens, ready for action, being led out by the co-captains of Sarah McKenna and May Campbell. Sophie, talk to us about those two. There's lots of players away on international duty or not quite fully fit there, but so much experience.
Yeah, it's unreal, and they're really great leaders, and they lead from the front, and it's really nice to see them to be able to run out there together and lead the team for the first Prem game of the season.
Exciting stuff.
It really is. Two great teams going at it. It was a proper ding-dong a couple of weeks ago in the Power Up friendly. Sophie talked about it a little bit in the build-up, but Charlotte, it had a fair bit of niggle to it, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was definitely quite a ratty game, if I'm being honest. But like I said, I think when it comes to London derbies, there's always so much build-up, there's so much tension. It's all to play for, really, and I think that's only natural with part of the game. Like, you want to own the territory in London, so it's always going to come with a bit of feistiness.
Certainly is. There's our man in the middle today, George Selwood. He was running the line last night up at Franklin's Gardens. So hopefully he's managed to keep himself fit and refreshed overnight for his second game in as many days. But for us, the international players are away, but we've still got so much to do here, so much to see in the next 18 rounds, and Amelia McDougall gets us underway, taken well by Annabelle Meta. And Trailfinders with Bradley will look to get the ball moving quickly here.
Use it.
Setting themselves up for that box kick. And Bradley goes aerial early doors. Gemma Jo Linkins underneath it, takes it well. And there is McDougall looking to find Alejandro, but it's not quite connected. And now Trailfinders can come through Cosinu, their first opportunity on the attack this afternoon.
There's a knock-on over here.
No advantage coming now, and we'll come back for that knock-on, that scrum. Charlotte, early exchanges there. You said that it was a little bit niggly, a little bit of handling not quite going the way either team wanted in that power-up game, and we've seen it again early doors.
Yeah, I think, as I said, like, I think from both sides we're going to see a lot of pressure on each other, and I think in just those exchanges there, like you can see Shazzy, like she's putting pressure on the kicker, and you can see that the work that Isla's trying to do, hitting that hard line. I think it's going to be a really physical battle, and you can definitely see in these early exchanges that the want is there, and then it's probably going to be no let up.
Set.
Well, speaking of no let up, let's see how this scrum goes. It's moving about a fair amount. Meta has to get it out, and she does, and now Trailfinders look to free the hands. Bradley, that's a lovely ball in to Jess Cooksey. And Trailfinders coming again now. Bradley getting it on to Abby Burton. And now going wide, and an opportunity here for Laughlin. Flying down the wing, flying to the line. And Trailfinders open the scoring here at StoneX Stadium. Vicky Laughlin with her first of the season, and Sophie, all too easy from a Saracens perspective.
Yeah, I think Ealing have showed themselves there what they can do off a midfield scrum, and they've really stretched us and pushed us to the edge there and challenged our D, and I think we just get a little bit more physical, get into it. Yeah, early score, but all to play for with Sarries, and I'm sure we'll come back on this one.
Charlotte, you could see on the replay here from Laughlin that the strength to get through, ride the tackle, and then the twinkle toes down the touchline as well to get that one down. A great opening score.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, you know, she's a lengthy player, she's got some powerful quads, and she's used her ability really well there. I think for Saracens, we need to tighten up on that defence a little bit and be a bit more careful of like what we're tackling and how we're doing it. So I think a good effort from both sides, but definitely powerful there from Laffers.
Emma Taylor then lines this one up from the touchline as a difficult old nudge, but she's given it a fair whack, and that's sailed through.
Great kick
from Taylor.
Not bad, is it? That's not bad.
Tell you what, if you're a second row and you can do that from the touchline, you can pretty much do whatever you want on a rugby field. A perfect start for Trailfinders, a perfect start for Emma Taylor from the tee.
Yeah, a chase on that is great. Let's go there. Yeah.
Great tackle from McKenna.
That's what Saracens need, isn't it? They just need a little bit of energy to come into the squad. And, well, Charlotte, you can see what they're trying to do. You can see what you want them to do as well with that that call there of good shove. But Trailfinders are throwing caution to the wind early doors. And that one just drifts into touch. But they're looking to go wide, to be inventive with their play, and so far doing exactly what they wanted to do in these early exchanges.
Yeah, they are, and they're stretching us, and we can see that, and I'm sure like we'll just identify that and adapt, and you know, slow that breakdown down, and then we go from there. But
great take from
Joya out there.
Bennett then rises highest, and the inside ball comes in. Campbell. Well, she's buffeted, but now Alejandro breaks down towards the 22. This is better from Saracens, their first attacking opportunity, and they've drawn the penalty advantage. Sellers looks at Selwood and says, yes, please, I'll have that one. Anybody that saw any action from the pre-season friendlies, I think it's highly likely we know where this ball is going to go, Charlotte. This is going to be going to the touchline, and we're going to be looking for the pack to have a rumble.
Absolutely. I mean, we have a strong set piece, you know, we've got some powerful players in there, and I think keeping our bread and butter, mauling and giving it a go is absolutely worth a shot, especially in a position like that.
Let's see what happens here at the line out then. First of all, it's got to be clean, and it is. That Poppy Cleo going up in the air there.
It was, yes it was.
Fair play to the pack, and now they get the drive going on. Cleo rising highest. She's going to be out of the loop here for this drive. So Sellers has to come away with it, and now the backs look to support her. Campbell is there. Cleo again, getting her hands on the ball. And now Sarri starting to come again with the penalty advantage coming. And now they spin it wide. They've got the opportunity, but Alejandro is wrapped up in contact. Sellers to Bennett. Advantage still coming for Joya Bennett there. Her first PWR start, but Campbell breaks free. gets it down, gets her side first, and 6 minutes in, 2 tries already in this match. May Campbell responds for Saracens.
Yeah, that's great, and that's everything that May's about, you know, those pick and goes with the ruck when they haven't protected it. It's really nice to see, and great response there.
She's always banned them.
Yeah, 100% I agree. May Campbell, she's such a strong player for us. She's so consistent, she's so knowledgeable, she always works hard, and there she's getting the rewards for it.
Just talk to us a little bit about May Campbell. Sophie, she's been here a while, she's got that one England cap to her name, but she's someone that just performs week in, week out in this league.
Yeah, for sure, and May's a really exciting player, and you know, we'll always put boot to ball if necessary as well, which makes it even more exciting. And she's a great leader for this team, and a great addition. Is definitely missed when she's not here, so to have her is a great addition, and we're lucky to have her.
Well, the conversion is successful from Amelia McDougall, and we're level here at 7 apiece at StoneX Stadium. And Charlotte, it's been some starts to the season. If this is what the next 18 rounds are going to be like, we're in for a treat right across the league.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. I think that teams have really gone away in the break and worked on what they need to work on and starting to build really nicely. Obviously, in the perspective of Trailfinders, like, they're still quite a new team, but I think clearly they've bonded well and they're getting to know each other really well. And with us here at Saracens, like, we're constantly on the graph, we're constantly pushing each other's boundaries, and I think that it's only going to make the league more exciting.
Well, there's an opportunity here again at the Mall.
Yeah, it's a great steal at the line out there, and now see if we can press on and get down the pitch.
Play the ball.
Here they come then, Tansley linking up. It's a beautiful ball to Campbell, and she's through the gap and she's going, pulled down eventually by Cousineau, the centre. But Saracens, that KBA play that Sophie was talking about in the warm-up, it's coming to the fore again, and Chantel Mile, her first touch back in a Saracens shirt, but it's intercepted by Amory, and now the number 8 Meta tidies up for her side, and Trailfinders come again with Taylor. Charlotte, though, that's what Saracens want to do in open play.
Absolutely. I mean, like, we really capitalise on opportunities that come, and we love putting pressure on other teams. We love being in their face. We love ruffling their feathers. So for sure, I think Saracens get excited when they get a steal like that, and they've made their way up the pitch, so hopefully we can utilise where we are.
Agree, yeah.
Just a lovely bit of play there, and that's what we're trying to do, that's what we're all about, and there's a perfect day for it, so it's nice to see that we're really executing that and going for it.
You can see that Trailfinders bench down below us as well as we come back for the scrum. So many thoughts are going to be going through the heads of both of them early doors, and Barney Madison will hit his first taste of PWR rugby as a head coach, was involved in that coaching squad last season. Charlotte, I'm going to ask you a little bit about him in a minute, but we're just going to look at this Saracens attack first. The scrum is good, but Trailfinders put the pressure on too much, penalty coming. And well, I think we know what Saracens are going to do here, so we've got a little bit of time. Charlotte, just talk to us about Barney as a coach.
So obviously last season when I was at Trailfinders, unfortunately never actually made the pitch or do a lot of training, but you know, had some great chats with Barney whilst I was injured. I think he's a super knowledgeable coach. He genuinely really cares about the players, and I'm really excited to see what he can do with the team. Obviously it was unfortunate Giselle had to leave, but I think Barney wants to, you know, bring something new in and see what he can do with the team, and I wish him all the best on his journey.
For the moment though, Saracens are the ones on a journey forwards back into that 22. Field with the first carry. And Cleo pops up at first receiver to Casolo. She's so strong in contact, Sharifa Casolo. Here goes Tori Sellers. McKenna tips it on. Hands looking to be freed, and they are. It's beautiful work from Saracens. They're on the front foot again, and now they need to be clinical. Sellers has a little go herself. They've got the penalty advantage. There was a bit of space out wide. And here we go. McDougall floats it to Alejandro. Alejandro meters away now. Nothing coming though. We'll come back for that penalty offside. And Charlotte, I can see you getting really excited
13,
alongside us
14.
here. This is what you want to see from this Saracen side.
Absolutely, it's quick paced, you know, it's flowing rugby and it's intense, and I think this is what draws the fans in. Like, we've got a phenomenal fan base here, and when we're playing at this rampant speed, you know, it gets everyone excited, and sort of like end-to-end rugby. It's been pretty equal possession so far, but hoping the girls can make the most of the position in the pitch now.
Let's see what happens then from this driving maul. Saracens scored last time they were here. They're going to look to do the same. Trailfinders, though, are disrupting this well so far. They've managed to get it to ground, and Sellers just has to reorganise everybody. There goes Casolo.
Big carry.
Big carry, still getting that drive on, and now Tansley, the next to have a meaty chug up towards the line. She's so close, Sophie Tansley, and now the speed of pass, but Trailfinders' defence, well, I think they were helped out by an errant Saracens runner, but the ball still in the hands, and Alejandro pops up to Mael, and she marks her return to Saracens with a score in the corner.
Try.
Chantal Mael is in. Saracens hit the front.
Welcome back. I would just like to add in that, just for everyone to know, she hasn't played a game of 15s in 2.5 years. She'll be absolutely buzzing with that. There you go, Chantal.
Yeah, welcome back, Chantal. Great to have you.
Go on, Gil.
She certainly will be. We'll see a replay in a second, but talk us through that finish, that backs move as well, because it looked like it had fallen foul a little bit in the midfield, and then the hands after that, though, was stunning.
That is going right in the highlight reel. Just you wait.
Yeah, no, that's great, and it's nice that we get to do that. Like, the forwards do their job there, get us that go forward, Shazzy with the big carry, and then we get to play the ball like that and fling that ball across and make it put Isla onto it, and then it's just nice easy hands for Chantal there on the end. Great finish.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the definition of a team try. You know, you start with the line out far corner, working it way down the pitch, hitting Chantal on the end. We're in.
McDougall then lining this one up. This is a tough one from the touchline for the youngster in at fly half. So impressive last season, so impressive in the friendlies. It's a great strike of the ball, but it's going to fall just short. Saracens, though, 12-7 in the lead, and, well, 2 ventures into the 22, 2 tries. Mo Bocher is going to be happy with that from a forwards perspective, but Duncan Taylor's going to be really happy with how the backs have started out here today. Trailfinders then, they had that fast start, now they find themselves trailing, and Lincoln's puts boot to ball. Another youngster coming through at fullback, played in the Allianz Cup last season, dual registered at Beckenham last year as well in Championship South. Plenty of players in these first few rounds are going to be getting their first experience of the league, or showing what there is to offer from Championship rugby upwards as well, and below, of course. So it's a penalty for Trailfinders. They're going to go into the corner. But Sophie, just talk to us a little bit about those pathways. There's different avenues into elite rugby. You've obviously come through the university route, but there's so many different avenues into this game.
Yeah, and it's really nice to see, and I think that pathway is really developing. I think when we were kind of under 15s, under 18s, it was county and then divisional, and then England from there, and even that England pathway now is really developing, and they get to play games, which is really nice to see. And yeah, no, it's great that there's all those different avenues for the girls, so that you don't have to go to college, don't have to go to the uni, you can just go through academies and have those dual reg clubs as well.
Let's see what happens here then. A-Marie, she's someone that has had plenty of experience before across, and so is Laughlin. She's so strong.
Onside.
Was in that England training squad a couple of times last season. A former Warrior player as well, a player that Charlotte knows very well.
Yeah, for sure. Played with Laffers for a few years at Worcester. She was our captain. She did a great job there. Good to see that she's settling well in London.
Trailfinders, well, they thought they were settling into a second try, but the Sarries defence holds firm and they survive. It'll be a goal line dropout for the hosts, and they breathe a huge sigh of relief.
Just great D there, like that's everything that we want to be about.
McDougall then gets us back underway. But Trailfinders are going to look to come again, bursting through the middle. And Bradley, quick ball here, and now it's intercepted though, and Emma Hardy to Mile, and she's already got a taste of the try line so far this afternoon. She's going to fancy another, but Trailfinders are swarming in at the breakdown, win themselves a penalty, and this one is going to go straight back towards the 22.
I spoke a bit about earlier on maybe cleaning up our breakdown, and I think that's probably an example of where we need to be a bit tighter on that. But I mean, the girls, when it comes to a breakdown, they can be really efficient, but I think we'll be watching that carrying on into the game.
That one, well, it's been kept in play by McDougall, and well, she saw an opportunity, thought about the kick, and instead cuts in herself, and Sellers now has to tidy this up with Clear and Tansley, and now there's space, and Linkins carries hard into contact in the end, saw the touchline was going to be a danger for her side, and now Sellers to Tremeling, first time we've said her name this afternoon. Another
she
one.
loves a big carry.
She does, and Sellers, well, she's loving that dart and that dummy, and so's Clear, and the offloads from Saracens. It's an all-court game so far. Here goes Bennett now in midfield.
Just need to keep that ball alive now and see if we can stretch them.
Unfortunate there, the knock-on, and Trailfinders, they don't want to wait around. They want to come away with the ball, and they've got it out now to Grace White. She's a speedster with plenty of experience and plenty of pace to boot as well. Saracens do well to hold her up, but now they're coming again. Oh, that's well held by Messer under pressure. Bradley, Kusanu speeding, connecting, and now there's space again for Trailfinders. Uren against her former side, and Laughlin goes into the corner. Trailfinders are level, and it's another flowing backs move, and the winger has two.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think just come in, needs to come up out of that line more and stay connected, and have maybe that soft edge to the soft D to the edge and push them there as they have the numbers on us. But you know, we'll go again, and I'm sure we'll correct those wrongs.
I didn't see this, so I saw one.
I think we also need to sort of look at our transition from attack to D. I think there we got caught sleeping a little bit. But I think for sure as we get on into the game, we'll trust each other more and we'll work it out.
See if Emma's got this one again from the touchline.
She loves the touchline.
Don't know what it is about forwards kicking, but it seemed to have gone out of fashion in the women's game and the men's game, and then come back in over the last couple of years. Emma Taylor, Sophie De Goody, Gabriella Negrelli kicks as well at Trailfinders. There's all-court athletes all over the park now, and Taylor lines that one up, gives it another whack. It just drifts wide, but Trailfinders are level. It's been a really good start here to this game. 20 minutes in and level pegging.
Yeah, as expected, I think. We knew it was going to be one of those games, tough games, especially from the 1-2 weeks ago. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this next 20 goes, and then go from there.
McDougall then biding her time, getting ready to get back underway here. And she does just that. Taken in by Trailfinders. That's a big surge there from the front row. And they're back on to the front foot for a second.
There from May.
And then Campbell and Casolo in tandem. Wallop Trailfinders backwards and force Bradley to go boot to ball. Under pressure, Linkins there is unable to keep that one in play with the boot, but fortunately for her, she didn't make contact with it. So it will be a line out for Saracens. Well, Saracens are taking the line out down below us, but we're looking to enhance our coverage this season, and part of that is bringing you all of the information during the game from the coaching staff. Lucy, I believe that you've got Barney Madison with you.
Indeed, I have Barney Madison. Barney, thanks for talking to me. A really fast and furious first half so far. What do you make of it?
Yeah, it's been again end to end. We've both put some points on the board. I think a couple of really poor exits from us there. Just gave him opportunities basically with their maul and stuff. And but yeah, no, it's not too bad. Good.
And what do you guys need to do to really stamp your authority on this game?
We just don't give easy pens away. Don't give up Saracens opportunities 5-10 metres out, because as we all know, they've got a huge maul and they're lethal from that area. So don't give them opportunities to get to that area in the first place.
Well, let's see if they take that advice on board. Thank you very much, Barney. Harry, you.
Thanks very much, Lucy. Great to hear the thoughts there of Barney Madison. And Trailfinders, well, he'll be happy with what his side have done so far. He'll be happy with what they've done there at the breakdown as well, getting that turnover in. And they're going to look to come away now, clear the danger. A quarter of the game gone, give or take 21-22 minutes on the clock. Sophie, Charlotte, is this the way you expected it to go?
Yeah, I think we knew it was going to be one of those back and forth games, physical games, especially from 2 weeks ago. So leading into that, but it's really exciting and it makes it fun to watch.
Yeah, I definitely agree. As Bridget said, like we knew coming into this, it was always going to be a close game, a high pressure game. But I mean, rock and roll. Love the drama. Love the intensity.
And well, Saracens will be loving this break from Alejandro, flying through and drawing the penalty advantage. Saracens looking for a spark, finding that spark on the break, and now Bennett carries into contact. Sellers wants it quickly. It's gone backwards off Black. It's tidied up by Meta, and we'll come back for the offside penalty. What about that break though from Isla Alejandro?
Yeah, that was really good. And Isla's one of those, as she's so fast that it's hard to get her even in a small space. So it's nice to see that she's showing what she can do.
Saris, well, they are going to go to touch, but look at this here, then turn the ball over at line-out time. Then Alejandro bursting through the tackle of Amory, flying through and eventually hauled down, but gave away the penalty, Trailfinders, and it's given Saracens this position. An opportunity now. They've not been in the 22 for a while.
It's a great take there from Shazzy.
Wonderful take from Casolo. And the maul has been set. Trailfinders have done superbly well, and now Cleo has her hands on it. You can hear George Selwood there giving the call of once. Sellers now has to go fishing for it. And Trailfinders, well, they might be about to come away with this here. They are. It's fantastic work from that Trailfinders pack. Saracens, they'll be disappointed with that effort, but so far, Trailfinders coming up trumps when it comes to this work around not just the breakdown, but the maul D as well, Charlotte.
Yeah, I think in terms of the Saracens attack there, maybe we just got a little bit confused on our role in the maul formation, but Saracens definitely got in there, got gritty, and they've reaped the reward. So.
It's going to be a scrum then for Trailfinders, deep in their 22. And the pressure is going to be coming on.
I think it'll be interesting to see here if Ealing decide to kick this out or run it. At the moment, they look like they're going to try run.
Well, they're an adventurous side, our Trailfinders, an exciting side, but Saracens at the scrum. Well, they've made an absolute mess of that. And you can hear the referee there linking in with his AR, saying he's seen an offence against Green.
Okay, fine.
They're happy to go with the reset for the moment, though. Look at this power from the Saracens pack, though.
Getting the reward, thank you.
That's a great response as well, especially off the back of losing that maul, so it's a great response from the pack.
Wonderful, wonderful work from the Saracens pack. And there you can hear the calls below us of same again, same again. A little bit calmer there than you might have heard at times last season. That call.
Bind. Set.
And they're going to look to cause trouble again for Trailfinders here. They are getting that drive on, and Meta has to come away with it down the blind side, freeing the hands. And Trailfinders, well, they did superbly well originally, but then the Saracens' defence held firm, pushed them into touch. And now Sarries take it quickly, chip in behind, and Uren has to tidy up, calls the mark. A little bit messy, a little bit chaotic there, and good idea from Saracens, perhaps slightly too rushed, Sophie?
Yeah, I think a little bit. I mean, it's easier for us, we can see the whole picture, but it's nice that we're moving that ball and, you know, trying that and being exciting.
I think you can see that, like, we're definitely keen for speed in the game, but sometimes it's just about having that quick look before you carry it out and seeing what space you've got around you. But you can see the intent.
The intent has been there for all to see, and it's tidied up by Cleo there. The line-out wasn't the cleanest, but then on the floor, Trailfinders have managed to come away with it. That's half charge down and then offside to call. Opportunity here for Trailfinders to escape, get out of their half.
Number 8 offside.
And Cleo there just called for offside. You can hear the referee below us.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's more like a free exit now for Ealing, but you know, they need to make touch and then we'll go from there.
That's a good nudge there from Ella Amory. And Trailfinders then, they're going to be happy with what's happened so far here in this game.
Green, come up. Green, come up. That's okay.
Line out opportunity. Both teams have been getting right amongst it for each other at the moment at line out time. That one though works cleanly for Trailfinders, and now here they come in midfield through Burton. And there's Bradley to Amory, flinging the ball out to Uren, and Mile is on to her.
There from Chantel.
It's a wonderful tackle from Chantel Mile. It had to be, because Trailfinders were building, and they still are now. Amory, fleet-footed, looks to free the hands. She's unable to.
Great line speed from May.
Meta doing the same for her side, and now Kusanu stepping in at 12, but the passes don't connect, and Sarries tidy up. Alejandro, and now Tremeling, and now Linkins, and now she puts boot to ball, the fullback, and the chase is on. It's going to be won by Uren, but she's going to be under pressure. Carmen Tremeling has done so well there to get into the 22, be that first line of defence.
That's a nice little bit of rugby, and that's all come from that line speed and putting pressure on Ealing there, and then great decision by Gemma just to send that into the corner.
Use it, the call, and it's charged down, and it's tidied up in the backfield. It had to be tidied up by Laughlin. Eventually pulled to ground by Campbell, and Bradley just wants things to be a bit more composed for her side. Pinnock there has to tidy that one up. And Sarries getting themselves amongst it, making a nuisance of it. But Bradley comes away with it, and eventually the penalty goes against Sarries, not rolling away. You can see the power play, but again, Trailfinders with an opportunity to get out of jail.
Yeah, if we can just minimalise those errors and giving those pens away, like we're trapping them really well, so we just need to keep consistency with that.
For sure, I've obviously spoken a lot about intent, but you can see that Sarries do want to play with aggression and a certain level of speed. And it's just about making sure that we execute that.
Well, that ball is bouncing about all over the place.
From Emma Hardy.
And Emma Hardy there absolutely clatters into the Trailfinders player, makes that tackle.
She's been such a great addition to Sarries. She's such a hard worker. She's super knowledgeable about the game, and it's great to see her flourishing in North London.
Fantastic player, Emma Hardy, joined from Loughborough Lightning, and also working with the community team at Saracens this season as well. Taylor's had to step in at scrum half, And that ball, well, that was bobbling about and went forward, and the Saracens' pressure tells. An opportunity then with 10 minutes left of the first half to try and launch a strike move here. So if you just talk to us a little bit about, Emma, obviously you experienced that last season, moving from Gloucester Hartpury to Saracens and slotting into that centre position. It's such a key position on the field. So how much time does it take to sort of adjust to the different structures that you've not been used to before?
Yeah, Saracens is unique in how we play, and to adjust to that and is one thing, but then to add to that as well, like, you can bring that fresh insight, and that's exactly what Emma's done. I think it's been really nice. She's really settled in that 13 shirt well, and showing us what she can do in these opening games.
Well, the crowd are getting involved for the first time this afternoon.
Love the energy.
Everyone loves the energy. You can hear the drum going.
Okay, crouch.
It does make a difference having that noise, well, Charlotte, you'll get to know him this season, but Big Nige Eaton is always there on the sideline with those Sarri supporters. They travel home and away, and they make such an impact.
Oh, Nige, what a guy. He's always fully kitted out. He's Saracens through and through. He loves it.
Yeah, he really does. He joined us at the start of the show this week as well. There's club legends on the pitch. There's club stars across here, Saracens home and away, in the teams, in the backroom staff, in the stadium staff, and then in the fan base as well.
Absolutely, he is a star in his own right. I still want to wear his hat. I know I'm new, but want to give it a go.
If you ask nicely, he might let you.
I know, maybe his cape too.
Oh, yeah, that's pushing it.
No, I don't know. I think we've bonded.
Well, speaking of that litany of Sarri's fans, they're over there on that touchline. They're in the shot behind you at the moment with Bryony Field lining this one up.
Red is their colour.
Over the top, here goes Cleo. Big surge forwards, number 8 to number 8. Meta takes her down, but Saracens on the front foot with the advantage coming. And they go down the blind side to Casolo, crashes up to the line. Meters away here, inches away here, Saracens, and Sellers looks the other way to Campbell. She wants a second.
Play the ball.
Some big carries coming in here.
Big carries coming, and the try in the end. There were the big carries, there was the big forward play, but then it was the loose head prop, Akina Gondwe, who took the small, narrow line over the line. Saracens hit the front again, and, well, Charlotte, if she's your housemate, I hope that there's going to be a few celebrations this evening after that try, if it still goes Saracens' way.
Oh, just you wait. I think there's going to be a cheeky little meal after. We'll see where the night takes us. But on a serious note, Akina, she's such a grafter. Week in, week out, she's pushing her body. She's there for the team. She's always got energy, and I'm glad that she got herself on the score sheet. I did actually bet in pre-season that she'd be one of the first to score, so I hope I'll be seeing some reward for that.
Well, there's obviously lots of in-game, in-club competition that goes on, and, well, Akina helping Charlotte potentially out there. But now McDougall is going to line this conversion up, and actually quite an important conversion. 5 points or 7 points. It puts the pressure on Trailfinders. Lines it up. Lovely nudge.
That's a lovely little kick.
It really is, and Saracens 7 clear, 5 minutes left of the first half, and it's been a bit scrappy, but Saracens are making the most of their opportunities.
Yeah, exactly, getting into that 22 and executing has been a work one for us from last year, and it's nice to see that that's succeeding, and it's a great time to score, a really important time.
Always inside.
It's a good restart, and good one to catch, and see if we can just be composed here and then get out and move the ball.
Great carry from Shazzy there.
Tackle. Timing, wait. Use it.
Saracens then taking the safety first approach, going aerial, putting the pressure on. Well, it's bouncing about, it's play on the call.
And it's recollected.
Where it was initially, and then it's lost on the floor. Trailfinders looking to come away with it. You could see what Saracens were trying to do there.
In my defence, I'm short-sighted, so I can actually see the in-depth of that.
8.
Yeah, it was a nice little box kick from Tori there, just to give it competing and see what she can do. Keep doing that all day.
Wonderful work. There is a player down on that far side for Saracens. A little bit of concern. You could see the Trailfinders player there saying to make sure that they get some attention there. Hopefully everybody is okay.
Just let me know.
For the moment though, we're continuing on the attack.
They go now, second try. I'll stop it if it goes near those medics.
And you can hear the referee there saying if it goes near the medics they'll stop, and they will now. They'll take that pause with a Saracens player down receiving treatment. There might be a little bit of time here whilst the medics do their job. So Sophie, Charlotte, we put a social media call out earlier in the week for some fans to send in some questions for the pair of you, so I think this is a great opportunity to ask you some of those. We'll start off with some more of the slightly more normal ones before the niche one that we got at the end, but for both of you, what made you take up the game?
For me, I think the classic, I have 3 older brothers, so I started when I was 6 at my local rugby club, North Dorset, yeah, 3 older brothers, didn't want to stand on the sidelines getting cold and wet, so yeah, did that, and then that was it really, just went the whole way.
I think for me, I actually started out my sporting career as an elite trampolinist, did that for about 18 years, and in between that, at about age 14, joined my school team. My dad was massively into rugby, and yeah, just all kick-started from there really.
Had the honour to play against Charlotte in our younger days.
Not sure if I'd call it an honour.
Well, there is a change for Saracens, and it's Cleel for Cleel at the moment. Poppy off, Bryony on, and hopefully the former Poppy Cleel is okay. For the moment though, well, Bryony Cleel came back to Saracens midway through last season, played tight head prop, but fancied a little run at number 8 in the Allianz Cup, did a more than fair job there. She's popped up in the 2nd row in pre-season as well. Pretty much able to do anything and everything, I think, Bryony Cleel.
Yeah, Bri as well as Poppy, like they're just so talented at rugby, and their knowledge of the game is outstanding, and the laws of the game. And to have Bri back here and playing with Poppy as well, it's just a class to see them throw that ball around, and how they do that is just ridiculous.
Well, Trailfinders then, they look to free the hands. Laughlin trying to connect with White, and it didn't quite work. There was a knock on, and Sellers puts boot to ball. Amory tidies up, and now it's her turn to respond. That one, well, that's a little bit of a daisy cutter, but it was a great nudge in the end from the fly half. Puts the pressure back on Saracens here going into the final few minutes of this first half.
For sure, I mean, Ella, certainly when I was at Trailfinders, was a 9. She's very quick around the park and like a very, very nippy player, so it's nice to see her challenging her talents at 10.
It's a nice little line out there from Saris with Bri getting us underway. See what Bryony Cleel can do.
First carry for her.
Strong carry. It's really great here to see us moving the ball right to the edge to edge, and that's keep that momentum going. Having those carries is class.
Saracens then, they're going to want to look to finish this half on the front foot, but they've lost the ball, and going into the final minute of this first half, Trailfinders are going to have an opportunity to attack again, try and level this one up, and they've looked dangerous from these positions so far.
Yeah, I mean, that's an unfortunate fumble there from Amelia.
Let's go again.
She'll be frustrated with that, but I think it's about now focusing on the next job ahead, making sure we defend our line, and going into half-time on a strong note.
Crouch! Bind.
No, so it'll just be the main Campbell try from 3 players in the studio, and then Sophie and Lucy will talk over it.
Good carry there from Annabelle. She's a young player, but I think she's got a really bright future ahead of her. She's very strong, she's very quick around the park.
Tackle.
We're into the final moments of this first half. There's been physicality abound from both teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a knock on.
I think you can see how they want to play and how they want to get at each other. So excited for the second half.
Well, it's been frenetic. It's been a little bit chaotic, I think it's fair to say at times. But Saracens have the lead here at half-time. We're hoping that Poppy Clearly is okay, first of all. Work for both teams, I think, to do at half-time and in the second half going forwards. We're going to take a short break, and Sophie, I believe you're going to make your way to the studio with Lucy just to go over that first Saracens score, that May Campbell try early in the match. So we'll take a short advert break and we'll be back with you very shortly.
I'm Amber Shannett.
Simi Pam.
Roisin McBrien. I'm a tattoo artist.
I'm a locum doctor.
I help people achieve their financial goals. I'm powered differently.
Lizzie Golden. Sydney Gregson.
Freya Orkin.
I'm a solicitor. I'm a teacher.
I'm a marine biologist. I'm powered differently.
Definitely.
Karis Cox. Lucy Nye.
Isla Curfew.
I'm a registered nurse. I'm a flight lieutenant in the Royal Air Force.
I work in construction.
I'm powered differently.
Here we go, Women's Rugby World Cup, England 2025.
Le moment tant attendu approche. Le public est prêt.
Born for this. Would you write off the reigning champions?
Generation of players ready to set the tournament alight.
Mais t'as vu le dernier match de Mana FE? Elle a dominé.
La plus jeune capitaine française de l'histoire est gonflée à bloc.
Ellie Hildan scores all tries.
England are surely still hurting, but that was then. This is now. Everything's at stake here. Other teams are hunting Renee Holmes in the Black Ferns. Lavelle just so tough. Can she carry the nation to glory?
These players keep raising the bar higher and higher in search of rugby immortality. When this tournament's over, who will history remember?
Well, what an unbelievable start to the 2024 PWR campaign. We have been spoilt for choice at Sophie Bridger in terms of tries, plentiful for both sides. But now is the time that we get to dig a little bit deeper and really analyse one of those tries as voted for by you, the fans at home. And Sophie, they have chosen May Campbell's try for Saracens around that 6-minute mark. So let's take a little closer look and talk us through just how this try came to be.
Going for about 2 minutes.
Yeah, so it's a real great start from us here. I think we had some work to do, obviously conceding first, and those forwards really getting us that go forward, and that is May's bread and butter. Like, such a creative player, such an explosive player, and creeping through that breakdown, you know, Ealing made that one mistake of not protecting that close range breakdown, and she real powers through there and capitalises.
And from a defensive perspective then, what should Trailfinders have done to really shut this down?
I think as you see there, like the girl comes in to hit the breakdown, and then that leaves that guard position. So in rugby we talk about obviously having those two guards around either side of the breakdown, and when one comes out to challenge it, it then obviously leaves that open for May to really snipe through. It's hard because there's not much they can do that close to the line there. It's just great play from May.
And tell me a little bit about May. She is such a formidable player, isn't she?
Yeah, it's so great to have her. I was just saying earlier in the game, she's such a big addition to Sarries here, and to have her back with us. Obviously she was away in camp for a little bit, but to have her back and leading the team out front, and she's such a creative player and will always kind of put boot to ball and surprise you. But yeah, to her coming into that flank position today, it's great to see that she gets that time to do that.
Yeah, really phenomenal. Well, you've heard what Sophie has to say, but we also want to know what you, the fans at home, have to say. So we've gone through the social media and we're highlighting a couple of our favourite tweets. So the first one is from Matt, who tweets, "Who else but May Campbell to open league points for Saracens women? Shocked to learn only one England cap deserves so much more." Would you agree with that, Soph?
Yeah, I think her time will come. May's still got time under her, and I think she does deserve to be in that team. But she works hard and she grafts hard, and I think she'll get there.
Well, it's not just about the fans at home. We also have fans here in the stadium as well. And Harry, I believe you've managed to grab a couple to chat to.
Well, thanks very much, Lucy. Great to hear what the fans have been thinking online. But what about here at StoneX Stadium? Matt, well, the sun was blinding both of us for a second there, but it's got in. From a fan's perspective over on that other side, what have you made of that first half?
I mean, that's ruined my first line about the sun shining, really, isn't it? But yeah, it's been a good first half. I mean, the atmosphere being generated by the usual suspects over there, and plenty of youngsters as well. It's fantastic. So yeah, end-to-end first half, which I think is infusing everyone. But yeah, it's just fantastic to see everyone back at the StoneX, really, isn't it?
That's the thing. Like I said, it's so good to be home. But for you as the fans as well, a triple header this weekend. Storm last night, the women today, the men tomorrow. There's going to be a fair few committed souls that are probably going to be day 2 of a 3-day StoneX marathon at the moment.
There is. I mean, I have to be honest, this is one of 2 for me, but I know there's a few people over there that are doing 3 days that maybe are in the doghouse when they get back home. But yeah, it's fantastic for a few people to be able to get here 3 days. And yeah, this is exciting so far, definitely.
It really is. Just a final one then, just on the game. Like you said, it's been end to end. It's been pretty frenetic, I think it's fair to say. But as a fan, what have you enjoyed seeing most in that first half?
I mean, for a start, just seeing us back here. It's also nice to see some returning Saracens players in the Ealing side as well. But yeah, it's nice to see some of the commitment from some of the girls, especially the forwards. I think we're winning the battle in the set piece, which is probably going to set us good in the second half. We just need to make sure we don't fall asleep, really, don't we? But yeah, not a lot not to like.
Exactly as you said there, Matt. Thanks very much for joining us. Not a lot not to like, whether you're at home, watching along, getting involved, or you're in the stands. Thanks very much. Lucy, back over to you.
Thanks, Harry. Always great to hear what the fans have to say. So, Sophie, we've got a huge second half coming up. What do you want to see Saracens and Trailfinders do more or less of in this next 40 minutes?
I think from Sarries, just in terms of just getting those penalty count down, and then just retaining that ball. And I mean, we're already doing the KBA, playing that ball and being free with it, but it's just about staying connected in D, getting that fold round, and then just in attack, just utilising and executing what we're doing already, and just keep pushing on from there. With Ealing, I think they just need to keep being physical. They're stretching the ball really well, really playing us, but if they stay on top, I think that's where they'll get us.
Well, very much could go either way. We have a huge 40 minutes of rugby coming your way after this short break.
Am I? Do I need to be a bit more diva? I can do. Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to the door. How long? One?
Well, here we go then, getting ready for the second half. Trailfinders making their way back out on to the pitch. And then here come your Saracens on to the pitch. Having a look down below, Poppy Cleal, well, she looks like she's passed that HIA. She's back on in place of her sister.
Great news.
That is good news for everybody. Sophie, obviously you were there at half-time, so Charlotte, we'll chat to you. What do you think both teams would have been saying at half-time about what they want to tidy up in this second 40?
As I mentioned earlier, and I'll keep going on about it, I think the breakdown for us is definitely an area of work on. Probably mainly in defence and actually also attack. I think that would have been spoken about at half-time, and maybe just again the transition from attack to D and making sure that we're staying connected in our defensive line. And I think for Trailfinders it's about maybe keeping the ball when they have it. There's been a few knock-ons when they've got some space, so I think maybe that'll be a highlight for them. But I think both teams are really raring and ready to go for second half. It's been busy so far, so looking forward to seeing what gets underway.
It really has been busy so far. There's a Trailfinders player down in the backfield. But Saracens are continuing to motor forwards. Casolo frees the hands, and Campbell, her back row partner in crime, absolutely steamrollers over the would-be tackler. And now Saracens come again. Cleo of the poppy nature rather than the Bryony nature back on the field, and now Saracens starting to connect, starting to look good. And Casolo gets the tip onto Tansley. Quick hands, there's Sellers. McDougall, McKenna there to field, rides the contact, does well there under pressure from Laughlin.
Yeah, you're good.
Sellers, Campbell now, and this is better from Saracens.
Yeah, it's just nice to see, like, we've really come out of the changing rooms here, and you can see that we're already putting what we were saying into practice now and playing on top.
Opportunity then, Hardy just tips that one onto Linkins, and she sort of half rides the tackle. Can't quite free the hands. Trailfinders back up to the full complement now, which is good to see.
Big hit there from Shire Pinnock.
And Pinnock on the second row. Bennett, big shot as Charlotte said, and it forces Saracens to have to use the boot.
Timing.
Shire's a big name in the Trailfinders team, you know. She works hard, she's absolutely clinical in the line out, so good to see her getting in some big hits.
She's got Akina down there, so hope that she will be back up and running soon.
Yep. Tackle, release.
Trailfinders have the ball then. Gondwe is still down in the backfield at the moment. And pressure coming on the kick.
9 Green, get out.
That was good from Saracens there, like we forced them to kick there.
Big shot coming in, and Trailfinders get themselves the penalty. It's Emma Uren that's getting the pats on the back there. Her chase puts the pressure on, secures the turnover. And Trailfinders, well, they'll kick for the corner here, and then I'm assuming we'll have a stoppage. It looks like Maya Montiel is ready below us. That might be Akina Gondwe's day done for the moment. Maya Montiel ready below us then, her first appearance of the season.
Yeah, we'll slow it down.
Trailfinders, well, they do kick to touch, probably not as much distance as Amy would have wanted. And let's just hear to what Campbell is saying here with the referee.
Play through.
So you can see Campbell and hear Campbell trying to protest.
Stop, we play through.
And say that Gondwe was supposed to be in the line out, so
get out too.
She wanted play to be stopped, but the referee is happy to play through, and now
it's legal.
Trailfinders look to make a surge forward. Casolo tries to delay, tries to disrupt, and Trailfinders come away with it here now through Taylor. Saracens, well, they're upset that their loose head prop hasn't been allowed to either rejoin the action or Montiel to come on in her place.
Pardon?
And a penalty has come against Saris as well.
Yeah, the referee's still allowing the play to be played on there, so.
And it's still being played on.
You're in.
And Trailfinders, they've got the space. There's an opportunity. Amory, she hoofs that one wide. And White against Mile. It's a speedster on speedster race on the outside.
Black. We obviously talk a lot about the ability of Vicky Laughlin, but I had the absolute pleasure of coaching Grace this summer at Sevens, and she is an absolute weapon in her own right. You know, she's powerful. I've never seen someone with quads like her, to be honest. She's pacey and she's super energetic, so I definitely think throughout this game she's had some good impacts, and we'll see. There she goes with the ball now.
Another big positive impact from Grace White, and Trailfinders getting closer. Saracens still down to 14 at the moment. Gondwe has made her way off at the back of the pitch, but here goes Amory, tries to free the hands. Saracens get a hand in, force the knock on, they'll have the advantage. And Campbell comes away with it, just trying to create a little bit of time, a little bit of space for her halfbacks.
Big leg drive there from May Campbell.
Bennett does likewise. And Saracens, well, they're going to throw caution to the wind here. Alejandro on her own try line. This is risky play from Alex Austerbury's side.
Great tackle from Jess Cooksey.
Sellers puts boot to ball, and it's only gone as far as Jaren, and now the referee stops the game with a player hobbling around there. It's Kira Leet that's hobbling down, and after, well, a bit of a chaotic couple of minutes for both teams, we're going to have a stoppage and a chance to take some water on board and get fit players back onto the field as Montiel comes on.
Yeah, it's really nice to see Maya back in it, and I think she's had a really tough year with her knee, but to see her come back and the drive and determination that girl has, and always has a smile on her face, and luckily obviously got to be in Canada this summer and getting back into that, and now to have her back at Sarries is a great addition. It's really nice to see her back on the pitch. I'm excited to see what she can do.
Yeah, I second that. Maya is such a great energy to have around the team. She's super sweet, she's super passionate, and I'm really hoping that she gets a good run out this game.
I think we've got Leanne there as well on the sideline, looking like she's going to be doing some warming up, so that'll be really exciting to get her on as well.
We all know Leanne can definitely bring a bit of that feistiness, and no doubt she will to this game.
There's Barney Madison there, a penny for his thoughts at the moment as well. It will be a scrum to get us back underway. And Trailfinders, they started this second half well. They started in a positive fashion.
Yeah, definitely. I think they've come out the blocks firing. Clearly they had a good half-time talk, and it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the half develops.
Scrum then for Trailfinders, attacking opportunity then for Trailfinders, and Bradley gets it away, and Amory looks to free the hands, gets hit backwards. Sellers was in there, and here comes Burson now, but she's stripped in contact illegally though, with a foot on the floor,
knee on the ground, and
a knee on the floor, sorry I should say. And Trailfinders are going to be able to go to the corner here, and Saracens then after that will look to get Leanne Infante onto the field.
That's an unfortunate call there. I think you can see what Saracens are trying to do with the aggression and holding up, but this is a great position for Trailfinders to be in, so let's just see where it gets them.
Nice to see Leanne come on the pitch there for Tori. Tori's had a really great game, and it's really nice to see her come into her own and develop her rugby. But now to have Leanne on the pitch, such an experienced player, and such an experienced player for Sarries as well. I think she's on something like 97 caps or something like that, so yeah. Well, don't fact check me.
Yeah, definitely. I think, as you were saying about Tori, she's such an energetic 9, and she always wants to learn, she always wants to develop, and she always wants to push herself. And then we have the likes of Leanne, who is so knowledgeable, so experienced, and also such a great energy around camp. So I think both really complement each other well, and I'm excited to see what Leanne can do.
Great player, as they've all said, plenty of experience. Now, interestingly, Trailfinders then are lining up the points here. And Emma Taylor then, clean strike of the ball from the second row. It sails over, and it's a 4-point game, 19-15. And all to play for here, down to 4 points. And considering the pressure they've had at the start of this second half, probably a good decision from Ealing there, just to take the point, Sophie, and keep themselves right in the mix.
Yeah, smart rugby is definitely the right decision, especially how the momentum was going just then. So definitely the right decision, but we'll see how we can restart this and get a good chase and put that pressure back on.
For sure, the girls will wanting to get right underneath that and put as much pressure on Trailfinders as they can.
They're going to want to do that straight from the restart then.
Release. Release.
Trailfinders.
Release Saracens.
With the ball though, you can hear the referee saying that Saracens need to release. And they do. Bradley marshalling her troops, getting Burnfield to come in, and the number 8 Messer, just to create the opportunity here to get that boot to ball.
Back out,
and
back
Lincoln's,
out.
well, that one was bouncing about. She did well to hold off first time round, and then the big fend. gets taken to ground eventually, and then Trailfinders try to come through, so Campbell has to pick up and go. Infante to Montiel, the subs linking up in tandem.
Good first carry there for Maya.
And there's May Campbell. She's someone that will carry all day long.
Green.
Infante again. McDougall has to check a little bit, and McKenna gets it onto Hardy, and Hardy steps, checks, goes. Linkins, there's a bit of space. She gets the hand away because Laughlin and Uren were starting to try and usher her towards that touchline, and then Trailfinders, well, they put the pressure on. The contest is good, says the referee, and Infante then spills the ball on the floor. So it's going to be a scrum for Trailfinders. A little bit of afters there after that as well from Kendra Cousineau and Leanne Infante, but a good defensive set from Trailfinders again.
Yeah, I think that's tricky. That I think Leanne's just saying there with so many feet involved there that actually that was knocking the ball forward. But it's unfortunate, but you know, we'll go again, see what happens.
I think that all came from the tackle from Jess Cooksey. Defensively, I think she's one of the best players in the league. I had the pleasure of her growing up with her, and it's nice to see her doing so well at Ealing, and being in the starting shirt, and can't wait to see where she goes.
Plenty of exciting, talented players across the pitch for both teams, and a pretty exciting last 30 minutes in store here. Saracens, well, they are 3 tries to the good, and they've managed to get this one back, and Infante bursts free down the blind side, gets it off to Alejandro.
That was so nice from Leanne there. Just that little delay of that pass to allow the defence to be drawn in on her and to give that ball to Isla.
And here comes Saracens now.
Green.
Referee Selwood telling Ealing to get away from the ball, and Meta, well, she puts the ball down after giving away the penalty, and Saracens, they're off quickly. Casolo now. This feels like a big moment in the game. They're 5 metres out. They've turned down the kick to the corner. They're putting all of their eggs in this basket with the pack. Meters out from the line. Campbell waits for it. Goes again, just short May Campbell.
Onside, hands
and
up.
Saracens waiting for the ball. It looks like it's Cleo that has her hands on it. Cleo goes. Cleo scores. Saracens with the bonus point try. They extend the advantage, and Leanne Infante's quick thinking comes back to help her side out there.
That's exactly what you want from your sub there. Like Leanne just coming on, bringing that absolute bit of intensity, and then that quick tap and really driving that forward. And then you could see her there conducting the forwards around, telling them what to do, and then obviously to Poppy to drive that over the line, like just as she does.
For sure, it's nice to see Poppy straight back in the action, obviously after having to come off just before half time, and the girls get on the score sheet.
Wonderful work there from the Saracens pack, and McDougall then is going to line this one up. She's going to be under pressure from White, so she has to get the strike away, and that has just drifted. Well, we thought it had drifted wide. There was a long conversation about it, but in the end it's just drifted in from Amelia McDougall. George Selwood there almost looking at his 2 lines judges to say, what do you mean, lads? That one definitely went over, and Saracens, well, they've extended their advantage to 11, 26-15 they now lead.
Yeah, it's just what we needed, and nice to go back and get that score after conceding.
Great take from Poppy there. Big carry.
Certainly is a big carry. It's what Saracens need. Bennett, well, she's been industrious today on her first start in the PWR. And Saracens then, well, they've spilt the ball there. They've got the advantage, they've got the bonus point try, but Trailfinders are the ones that are going to have this attacking opportunity now. And Saracens then lining up some subs below us as well. There's Bryony, Cleo, and it looks like Akina Gondwe may be ready to return to the fold as well. Good to see that she's back up on her feet.
Yeah, I think that's an unfortunate knock-on just there. I think maybe just a little bit confusion in the attacking line. But hopefully big scrum for the girls, putting Ealing under pressure, and yeah.
Change below us as well for Trailfinders.
Bind.
For the moment though, all eyes are focused on this scrum.
Set.
And Trailfinders then, with Bradley putting it in, Meta has to get the ball away under pressure, and now here comes Amory to Uren, and Uren to White, and now Trailfinders, well, they look to set the attack. Mile does well to pull White to ground, but Burton against Campbell, open side against open side.
That was a great tackle from Chantal.
Scored her try in the first half and then been industrious in the defensive efforts ever since.
No pull.
Here comes Emma Taylor then to Burnfield. And Amory, that one, oh, that's held on to well under pressure. It looked like Pinnock had a couple of juggles at the ball, kept hold of it, and now Trailfinders carry hard into traffic. They're up to the 22. They're building nicely here, are Trailfinders. And Uren putting the pressure on, but Saracens doing the same at the breakdown, trying to make a mess of it, a nuisance of it. And now Taylor into Montiel, Canadian international on Canadian international. Pinnock wrapped up, can't free the hands.
Good tackle from Leanne there.
The defence from Saracens so far has been exemplary, but so has the attacking set from Trailfinders. Burnfield wrapped up by McKenna next. And McKenna, well, she's making every effort to get out of that breakdown, doesn't want to give away the penalty.
Maybe some cheeky holding in there, but who knows?
I mean, if you've got the opportunity to do it, do it. Big shot coming in from Field, and then from Casolo again. Kusina rides the tackle, gets her feet to ground. Saris, well, they want the turnover, but they're not going to get it. It's a penalty advantage coming the way of Trailfinders. And there they are going to get that penalty, and now an interesting decision here. They're 11 down, so it is 2 scores. Do they go for the posts again, or is this the time to look to the corner?
I think Trailfinders do have a solid set piece, and I think, as you can see, they may just be going to the corner here. Obviously last time they went for points, but now I think with the points deficit, then they're going to want to be sort of making the gap a bit closer. So yeah.
You can hear the referee then just taking time off for a couple of moments. And they will be lining up here to come on. Gondwe is ready, and so for Trailfinders are Boatman and Inman.
Black or green? Black 17. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Those are some great subs for Trailfinders. You know, obviously Ellie Boatman, an absolute standout in the GB7s, such a grafter. And then you've got Rosie. You know, she's young, she's got fresh legs, she's absolutely rapid. She's definitely a threat on that edge. So hopefully they can come on and make an impact.
Trailfinders, they have the opportunity here. They've got 2 tries already, they want a third. And they're continuing to press, to probe, to have a look. But Saracens do enough, affect the turnover.
It was really important there, and really key that we do that.
Yeah, for sure. I think some great defence there from Saracens. You can see that they're really taking pride on defending their line, and hopefully we can see more of that strong defence.
I'm going to go out your way.
So Duncan said he's got to stay where he is. Will it
Crouch!
So sorry scrum here, so I just need to get out here safely and control that.
Set! Steady! Yeah.
Saracens then with this scrum drawing the penalty. A great result for them. They cheer, they whoop, they holler, and Charlotte, you were pretty much doing the same up here next to me in commentary. A big win, a big return for Saracens there.
I mean, I absolutely have to agree with you there. That was an absolute solid scrum from the Sarries girls. As a forward myself, love to see it. Hopefully we can get a good kick out of our 22 and see where we can take it.
Touch, yeah.
A change coming on there, Poppy clear off and Bryony clear on. We saw it earlier and hopefully Bry can make a big impact again.
Well, we saw Cleo for cleared in the first half. We've now got it in the second half. And Saracens do clear their lines. Poppy off, Bryony on.
On the edge, yeah.
And well, Saracens under pressure at line out time, but Lucy's gone down pitch side with backs coach Duncan Taylor. Lucy, over to you.
Scrum advantage, Green.
I'm joined by Duncan Taylor. Duncan, a really impressive first half and a great start to the second half as well. What was the message at half time to the girls?
We had a couple of messages really. In attack, it was more around our breakdown and the control we had around there. We were getting too many balls turned over our attacking ruck, so a big message on that. And then with our defensive stuff, we just wanted to up the line speed a little bit more, really put their attack under pressure. So I mean, it's been a bit of an etchy affair coming out in the second half, but luckily we've got the first points there, so hopefully that continues.
Lovely. Well, best of luck for the rest of the second half. Harry, back to you.
Thanks very much, Lucy. Duncan there saying that his side need to tidy a few things up. But at the moment, it's Trailfinders who free the hands. Laughlin, she's got two. She fancied a hat-trick, but she gets it inside to Boatman. And Trailfinders, well, Lucy was speaking to Duncan a second ago. He's now running on that water because Trailfinders are back in this game. They're 6 points behind with a conversion to come. And well, the game here is alive. Sophie, Charlotte, that's a fantastic finish from Trailfinders.
Absolutely. We spoke earlier about, you know, the threats that they hold in their backs, and I think you saw there a big ball there from Ella Amory out to Vicky Laughlin with a 2v1, and then Rosie with the cheeky little offload back to Laffers, and then into Ellie Boatman to score a try coming back from the Olympics. So I think a great play from Trailfinders and a good team try.
You can see the replay here. The hands were fantastic. It's all the sevens experience coming in that Trailfinders back line as well. And well, Ellie Boatman, formerly of Wasps, as Emma Taylor slots the conversion. It's great to see her back in the PWR and back carving up, maybe not from a Saracens perspective, but carving up defences at will.
Yeah, for Emma, personally for Emma, it's really nice to see her getting some rugby and really having that expressive rugby and on the tee as well. I think this will be a big last 18 minutes left for Sarries now. We really need to change it up and go from really execute our mistakes.
Yeah, I think whenever a fellow teammate leaves the club, I think you always wish them the best and they hope that they fit in, and I think Emma Taylor's a prime example of that. She's absolutely smashed her time at Trailfinders and it looks like she's just on an upwards trajectory. So yeah, great to see her just slotting conversions for days really.
I say she can do it all, Emma Taylor, as can Emma Uren, Ellie Boatman as well. Plenty of talent in that Trailfinders team, but Saracens, they put the pressure on at restart time, did what they needed to do, forced a knock on, and going into the final quarter of this game, they now have an attacking opportunity with Beth Blacklock onto the field as well, wearing 20, but slotting into that 13 position for Emma Hardy. She's another player that has had to bide her time, had a few injuries in pre-season, but it's fantastic to see her back out there. Really excelled last season, Charlotte, when she had her opportunities.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, You know, Beth, she's such a diverse back, and I'm really excited to see what she can do on the pitch today. It's a big opportunity, and I'm sure she's absolutely going to kill it.
Far side, use it.
Let's see what happens here then. Saracens, it doesn't quite connect in the midfield after that scrum, so there is a touch for Blacklock. And she rides the contact well, and the opportunity here for Linkins. Alejandro was there, but then she'd cut inside, and Trailfinders come away with the ball. It's a 4-point game here. It's alive for either of these sides. Saracens 4 tries, Trailfinders 3, but that penalty from Emma Taylor has kept her side right in the hunt here. And there she is again, Taylor.
Let go!
Regardless of which way this match goes, she is somebody that is going to be right in the mix, I think, for the player of the match conversation later this afternoon. For the pair of you, Sophie, Charlotte, I'm not going to put you on the spot. We'll come to you in about 10 minutes time, but have a think about the players that have excelled for each team today, and then we'll pick our player of the match with about 5 minutes left of this one. For the moment though, Trailfinders kick in behind, and it's bouncing and bobbling. Mile has to go backwards, tidy it up, and then McDougall puts boot to ball. Oh, and that is pretty much as picture perfect as you can expect from Amelia McDougall.
Yeah, that's a lovely exit from Mills there, doing exactly what we need her to do.
Yeah, that's such a massive part of her game for her. She works so hard on it. She's always kicking, she's always getting in those reps, and if I do say so myself, her hair looks wonderful. I wonder who did it. I fear it may be me.
A humble brag is what we'll call that one.
Confidence is there, Shell.
A humble brag here in the commentary box, but for the moment it's all about the action out on the field, and Trailfinders, they've got opportunities and space. McKenna went hunting for Saracens, and she found her target. She had to, because Trailfinders had space, had opportunities, and Linkins, Alejandro, both tidying up in defence.
Some great line speed there from Saracens. Love the aggression.
There has been plenty of space out wide, but Saracens have marshalled that well, forced boot to ball, but it's bouncing and bobbling, and it could go anywhere. Eventually it comes back into the hands of Infante.
I think look how narrow Ealing are right now. Like, we really need to capitalise on that and move that ball, and you can see Mills screaming for it.
There's space, there's opportunity, and Blacklock sets off, looks for Mile, but the Ealing defence so far has been good. It does the job. Saracens, though, coming again.
That was certainly well-tracked defence there for sure. Ealing definitely connecting well in that open edges.
Gondwe, well, she passed that HIA, and she's back on to the field for her side. It's open play, and Selwood, well, he put the arm out to signal penalty advantage in the eyes of Linkins. It wasn't, it was just to announce that it had gone backwards. But then Saracens draw the penalty at the breakdown, holding on against Trailfinders, and Linkins, well, it's a bit of a kick to nothing, but it's come back and worked for her side.
For sure, as I said earlier, and many times, the breakdown is a really important part of the game, and I think this just goes to show we're in our 22, a little chip over, they've recollected the ball, Trailfinders, but we're straight over, straight putting pressure on, and we've got the reward.
Well, we've got a little bit of a stoppage here with a Trailfinders player down receiving treatment. So we'll go back to a couple more of those questions from the fans for the pair of you. Talked about how you both got into rugby in the first half. We'll start with a quick-fire one that came in on Instagram. Which of Kelsey Clifford's dogs is your favourite?
Bridger, let me take this one. Right, we had a barbecue at Kelsey's back in the summer, and I would like to just comment, I bonded with those dogs. First of all, Sherlock, Moriarty, and
thank you.
Is it Mycroft or Watson? I fear it might be. And Watson, okay. Sherlock, legend, absolute legend. Moriarty, bit on the feral side, but he's got a personality, he's a lot of fun. And Watson, stunning. So, I'm torn, I'm actually stressed. I have also offered to dog sit for Kelsey, so Kelsey, if you're listening, you know where I'm at. But I'm going to have to go with Sherlock. You know, he's the OG, he's got big ears, he's super needy, he loves my attention, so...
Yeah, we didn't see Shar at this barbecue. She was just with the dogs the whole time.
No, honestly, I fear to admit that I neglected my teammates, but when you've got a dog like Sherlock, it's necessary.
I don't think anyone minded.
Well, team bonding off and on the field, which is great to see. And yeah, obviously, well, maybe don't tell Kelsey that you've got a particular favourite if you're going to be looking after them again. But
no, she's aware.
Okay, good. She's aware. All the way over in Canada at the moment, representing the Red Roses with WXV. So that was one a little bit away from the pitch. We're going to move on to, again, away from the pitch, but a slightly interesting question for you, which is your favourite activities outside of the game. Sophie, we'll start with you just before Sari quickly take this penalty.
Sorry, Harry.
That's all right.
You
got distracted a little bit there. That's absolutely fine. Just whilst Amelia McDougall's put this one into the corner. Really quickly, your favourite activity outside of the game?
Pretty easy. I actually just really like hanging out with the girls and living in London now. So want to be
such
that
a social girlie.
I am a social capital. Social butterfly.
Social butterfly, but at the moment it's Saracens that are looking to fly here. They need this 5th try. It's being controlled, and Bryony Field, well, is that the try with 12 minutes left that finally takes this game away from Trailfinders? Sophie Bridger there saying that she likes spending time with her teammates away from the pitch. On the pitch, she's going to be loving seeing them scoring tries like that. A proper forward special there, and Bryony Field has her side's 5th.
I think that's such a class try from the girls. Absolute raw strength, absolute grit, and to dive over. Bryony gets the try. She's such a good teammate. I honestly can't speak highly enough of her, so I'm glad she managed to get over the whitewash. Also, for anyone listening, I've actually just had confirmation from Kelsey I'm always welcome to dog sit, so...
Well, properly multitasking up here today in the commentary box. You're getting your little side business ready to go there, Charlotte, away from the pitch. McDougall then under pressure again with the kick. Unable to convert, but her side are out to a 9-point gap again. 31-22 they lead.
Starting from this kick-off, I think it's really important that we get a big carry up the pitch. It's, you never know what can happen in the game of rugby, and there's 10 minutes left, and we need to keep applying the pressure and keep working our way up the pitch.
It is all going to be about the pressure and who it will tell for most at the moment. That one is flying down into the hands of Campbell. She holds on to it. There's been a raft of changes for both sides, and Meg Barwick down below us is ready to come on as well. Yeah, that's correct. Field got the carry in there, and then McDougall and Tansley. Said her name not as much as others today, Sophie Tansley, but she has been industrious in her work rate. And Amelia McDougall, oh, that is an absolute scene from the 10. A 50-22 from Amelia McDougall.
I'm shooketh. What a boot.
An unbelievable boot from the youngster. Games can turn on those moments, and you can see a replay here. Absolutely cannoned it, fizzes across the ground, and Saracens with the opportunity here from the driving maul, off of the opportunity created by the young fly half. Let's see what they do here, because Trailfinders have defended this one well. And they've slowed it down pretty much to a standstill. And in fact, they've managed to force the turnover. So brilliant work from Amelia McDougall. Trailfinders doing equally well in defence. But more importantly for Saracens at the moment, they're in the right area of the pitch.
I 100% agree. I really think it's a shame that we couldn't capitalise on that. I mean, unreal boot from Mill. She'll be loving that when she watches it back. But I mean, equally, a really good effort there from Trailfinders to stop us in our tracks and take off the pressure in their own 22. Also can see that they've made a change for Sally Williams in the back row. She's a really young talent. She's really exciting. She gets around the park well, and hopefully she's going to bring some energy onto the pitch.
Hopefully she will for Trailfinders. There's still an opportunity here.
Crouch.
But they need to get out of their 22 first.
Set.
Into the last 10 minutes of this one. Saracens getting the shove on. A shove and a half. Indeed it was, but Trailfinders ride that pressure, come away with the ball.
Okay, lost now, Saracens.
But Saracens have them where they want them. They are hemmed into their 22. Lost. And they're forced to put boot to ball from Bradley. Mile waits for it to bounce, keeps that in really well, but the pressure comes on. She's absolutely clattered in contact, gets it away, and Lincoln's tidies up. Now here comes Bennett. Oh, that's a big shot on her from Tamay. The replacement prop come on for Trailfinders, and Campbell, she wasn't quite expecting that one. She manages to hold on. Definitely well reacted. And a bit of a charge down, a bit of a mess, and a bobble into touch in the end. Campbell just taking a knee, but Saracens have gone quickly with Cleo. They want to up the tempo here, and there's Bennett finding space. Oh, handoff on Emma Taylor from Joya Bennett. Two very different sized second rows, but the smaller one coming out on top there.
Some good defensive pressure there from Sally Williams over the breakdown. You know, she's a back row, it's in her nature. Unfortunately, she didn't get the turnover, but Sarri's on the run.
So could we please have
So it's good from Saracens here, really keeping this tempo, getting forward, just to see what we can do.
Front football for Saracens here. They've ridden the pressure from Trailfinders. They've pinned them back into their 22. And now they're looking to try and come away with it, but the ball is difficult to get out there for Infante. She does it eventually, and now there's space. Field, Lincolns, 5 metres out now, the hosts.
No, let go. Second try.
Infante again to Campbell. Big carry from the 7. And this feels like, oh, it could have been the game for Sarries, but it's dropped on the floor, and Trailfinders, they're going to have an opportunity to break, to come away again, but they're stuck on their own try line. I'll tell you what, though, they're going to have a go here, and they're going to have a go through Grace White. She's away, she's going herself. This could be one of the all-time great tries in the PWR. It's White against Alejandro.
Alejandro, take a bow.
Alejandro wins that battle, but the advantage is coming, and the offload is good, and Laughlin is in for the hat-trick. Trailfinders are back in the fight, and that, we talked about Sevens' experience in the first half, was Sevens rugby coming to the fore here at StoneX Stadium in the 15s game. An absolute wonder try.
I mean, I said earlier, you never know what's going to happen in the remaining 10 minutes, and that is a prime example of it. Look at that, the absolute wheels from Grace to get out of the 22. You know, I said she was a massive threat. Then the support there from Vicky Laughlin, and the cheeky little offload to score the try.
Yeah, it was great work from Isla, though. They're chasing back. It's just a shame, obviously. Eileen just had that extra support there to capitalise on it, but you can't fault that work rate there from Isla to make that tackle, get back up and try and obviously disrupt again.
It was wonderful interplay. The tackle from Alejandro, like you said, was superb, but then the offloading was just so special there from those Trailfinders backs.
Yeah, for sure. They're a very well drilled team together, and they work really fast together, and they have lots of options in support of each other, so great try from them.
Sure, I'm sure the people would like to hear what you like to get up to as well outside of rugby.
Oh, Bridget, now you're asking. Just spend time with you, my friend. You know, you're a social girl. No, I actually don't really. I really like Sudoku, Saguru.
Get some good food, get some coffee.
Oh, coffee, don't even get me started. But anyway, we'll stray from that and focus back to the kickoff. Yeah, big kickoff here from Saracens.
Suddenly it's a 2-point game. Changes have been made by the hosts. Chloe Flanagan is on to the pitch, as is Lucy Biggs. And that kick, oh well, it just goes Ted. It's perfectly weighted, but Trailfinders are coming away with the ball again. They're only 2 points down here. And well, we were going to do player of the match now as a heads up. We're going to just wait a minute or so, see what happens with this next play. And then I will come to the pair of you. Charlotte, I will put that decision in your hands today to reveal it.
Oh gosh, why me?
Well, you can both have a chat about it, but you'll be the one that tells us who it is. For the moment, though, Trailfinders are on the attack. They sense an opportunity here for what would be a famous victory to open their league campaign. They've got 4 tries. They're down by the odd conversion, but they're going to be putting the pressure right on here. And again, Bradley goes to the boot. McDougall is going to be under it, takes it. And Alejandro, well, a little bit cheeky there, but she does what she needs to do just to create that space, that little screen for McDougall. It bobbles into touch.
That was nice for Mills, just such an unfortunate bounce, but you know, nature of rugby.
That was lovely work there. It really was great vision. Right, we are pushed for time. We know this is going to go down to the wire, so just give us a player from each team that's been a standout for the pair of you first.
Yeah, so we've mentioned her name quite a few times on the live stream today, and May Campbell doesn't need much explanation. She's an absolute workhorse. She's making carries, she's making jackals, she's making line breaks, tackles, you name it, she's done it. And I think she's had such a massive impact on this game, and she's definitely worked hard for these 80 minutes and been a standout, so yeah.
So that's May Campbell. So she's your standout Saracens player. So if Saris hold fire, then your player of the match there. Trailfinders, if they're able to do this, who's been your best player for them?
Yeah, so I think we've got another forward on our hands. We're talking Emma Taylor. You know, she's had the boot all day. She's led from the front. She's been an absolute staple in their set piece. We also discussed Vicky Laughlin. You know, she's got on the score sheet a few times. She's ran around play. She's had a strong game. So yeah, probably either Emma Taylor or Vicky Laughlin.
Yeah, I think Emma Taylor for me. I think, you know, leading from the front with that boot as well, and then getting involved and getting stuck in and really leading her team, and what she's been doing on this pitch today. She's been everywhere, and there she is, just making another hit after making one on the other side of the pitch.
Release
so
now.
I think for us, Emma Taylor.
So Infante, though, managed to come away with the ball, and now Bryony Cleal. There's a couple of minutes left on the stadium clock. There's not much time left here. 2 points in it. Saracens where they want to be in the right part of the field, but we've seen that Trailfinders can go the length if needed. It's gone backwards, and Campbell bursts free. This quite literally is the game now for both of these sides. Gondwe goes again.
Let go.
And Saracens, they're camped 5 metres out. They've spun it wide, and Sarah McKenna coasts in, seals the win. Saracens, my oh my, have they been tested this afternoon. But they've come to the fore at the end of the game. Sarah McKenna makes sure of the points. And May Campbell there will be the player of the match. Talk us through that one. That was patient play from Saracens, and the most cohesive they've been all afternoon.
Yeah, it was really nice to see. I think off the back of last year as well, it's a big thing that we've been trying to improve and trying to right wrongs of in the 22, just to be patient there and move the ball when we need to. And you know, that one there is just a nice little pass there from Leanne off the base to hit McKenna through that hole and walk it through. But yeah, real proud of the girls for that one, and for the whole day, to be honest. I think we spoke earlier, we knew it was going to be a hell of a competition, especially going off the back of 2 weeks ago. So to go into today, it's been a great game of rugby to watch. Elan is such an exciting team. They're building week on week, and they're building last year, and now I can't wait to see actually how they go into this season and how they just keep getting better and better.
Absolutely, I think that try there from McKenna, she's such an attacking threat. She really comes alive. You could see her calling for it, shouting to Leanne early on, and just to hit that line and get the score is a big moment for Saracens in this game. But just on the flip side, you know, Trailfinders are a team that can come at you at whatever point in the game. They're super strong, they're super fit, and at the end of the day they won it. So I think the last try they scored is an absolute example of that, and look at them all chasing for the ball.
Oh, don't worry about it though, because Mills has sorted it with them all chasing as well.
No stress on Mills. don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Fantastic conversion there from Amelia McDougall, and well, Trailfinders, they were putting the pressure on because they knew that if that conversion was missed, they would have grabbed a losing bonus point as well. In the end though, well, Saracens, they were tested. Trailfinders, well, they were impressive last season. They were even more impressive so far today. If that is a taste of what the PWR is going to be like this season, we're going to be in for an absolute treat here. But Saracens, sometimes it doesn't really matter how you win, you just need to get that opening day win, and it's 5 points on the board, 38-29. An important starting point here, Sophie, for the next 17 rounds to come. It's going to be quick fire.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun and really exciting, and I think that's a great start from us, and we'll build into that and kick on. But yeah, great for the girls and nice to see them all there buzzing.
Absolutely, I think that is such a hard-fought win from us. I think in the final minutes it was a real dig deep moment, and we pulled it together as a team. We were there for each other, we hit hard for each other, we ran for each other, and we came out on top. That's a big first win with a tight game, a really good game, and buzzing to get the season started this way.
Come on, you Sarries girls!
Sarries!
Oh, don't get us.
A fantastic start to the season. We will be having a look at some of the scores, some of the best bits, and bringing you reaction from both camps as well very shortly. So please do stick with us. It's Saracens at the moment though who are going to be celebrating that opening day win. Let's just have the adverts first, and then when we are ready to go in studio, we will be able to bring you through all of those key moments from the game.
From the Dark Ages to the Digital Ages, as one of the world's largest London metal exchange traders, StoneX is leading the revolution of the base metal market. BM Execute is an online, real-time risk management system for the base metals industry. Easy to use and rich in functionality, BM Execute will allow for easier risk management, real-time views, and reduced operational risk. BM Execute takes base metal trading to the next level.
Here we go, Women's Rugby World Cup, England 2025.
Le moment tant attendu approche. Le public est prêt.
Born for this. Would you write off the reigning champions?
A new generation of players ready to set the tournament alight.
Mais t'as vu le dernier match de Mana FE? Elle a dominé.
La plus jeune capitaine française de l'histoire est gonflée à bloc.
Hilton scores all tries.
England are surely still hurting, but that was then. This is now. Everything's at stake here. Other teams are hunting Renee Holmes in the Black Ferns. But just so tough, can she carry the nation to glory?
These players keep raising the bar higher and higher in search of rugby immortality. When this tournament's over, who will history remember?
I'm Amber Shunnett.
Simi Pam.
Roisin McBrien.
I'm a tattoo artist.
I'm a locum doctor.
I help people achieve their financial goals.
I'm powered differently.
Differently.
Lizzie Golden. Sydney Gregson.
Freya Orkin.
I'm a solicitor. I'm a teacher.
I'm a marine biologist. I'm powered differently.
Differently.
Karis Cox. Lucy Nye.
Isla Curfew.
I'm a registered nurse. I'm a flight lieutenant in the Royal Air Force.
I work in construction.
I'm powered differently.
Well, a fantastic way to kick off the league season. Charlotte, you've joined me now, studio side. We're going to look through some of those tries in a second. We'll put them on the screen for you to have a look at. But second half had a bit of everything, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it was such a tight game coming in from the second half. You could tell how much both teams wanted it. Ultimately, Sarries came on top. You know, we really stuck together. We got our processes right and scored a cracking try at the end there through McKenna. So I think it was such an exciting game for all the fans and people at home watching.
Really was. Let's have a look at some of those tries then. Talk us through them. We're going to start here with this first one, and well, this was that driving maul from Saracens. It proved to be really important in the end, but as a forward, a back row especially, it's exactly the setup you want to see.
Yeah, 100%. It was, you know, constantly moving forward. The girls were constantly pushing there, and you know, it's our bread and butter. Like, we do it so well. You know, we need to give ourselves credit for it. It is something that is definitely a highlight of our game, and you know, it paid off in that case.
It really did there. You can see it from this end on as well. Just the setup there from Saracens. Trailfinders actually did really well to defend that initially, but it's just like you said, that power coming through gets them over the line.
Sometimes it's just unstoppable. You can see Trailfinders really committed the entire way over the line, but at the end of the day, Saracens' power managed to get the score.
And as you said, they managed to get the score. It proved to be an important score there from Bryony Field, who was playing hooker today. Now, someone else who plays hooker for Saracens, but starting at open side flanker today was your player of the match, May Campbell. And Lucy, I believe you've got her down pitch side.
Well, I'm joined by player of the match for Saracens, May Campbell. May, congratulations. What a way to start the season.
Yeah, it was a rusty start, but it was fast and pretty relentless. But no, we're obviously pleased to come away with 5 points.
And a real abundance of tries for both sides, actually, particularly for Saracens. Tell me a little bit about your try, because we actually had a little look at it up there and it was stunning.
I think it was one of the classics of probably being a metre away from the try line, picking and going and flopping over. But it was a combination of our backs getting us close enough and then us forwards doing the grunt work and getting the 5 points.
Yeah, it really felt like a full team effort today. Talk to me a little bit about the squad and how they came together to get the win.
Yeah, obviously it's been quite a long pre-season. We've had 2 warm-up games. There's lots of people who have been in and out, obviously, with WXV going on all around the world, internationals missing. So it's been a great opportunity for it to be a new and fresh group come in. We've worked really, really hard together. We've worked on building our culture off the field as well. So it's a great culture and it's like fiercely competitive as well.
Yeah, that's what you love, pushing each other all the way. And of course, next you are going to be taking on Sale Shark. So what's the preparation going to be for round 2?
Obviously, we need to work a lot on our defence. We don't want people putting that many points on us, and we know that Sale are a big physical side. So we need to look at that, and we need to just stick to our game plan and know what we do best, really. So yeah.
Well, best of luck for round 2. Congratulations again, May Campbell, your player of the match against Trailfinders. Harry, coming back to you.
Can you get Alex to come up? Austerbury. Well, we are back live. We've got a few technical gremlins in the system, but we're back underway. Great to hear from May there. She was superb today, Charlotte. Really impressive performance.
Yeah, absolutely. Such an outstanding shift from her. You know, I said on commentary that she's an absolute grafter. She puts the work in for the team, she puts the work in for herself, and yeah, it was a no-brainer saying that she was man of the match.
It really was. Now, let's have a look then in a second at the last couple of tries from that second half. And, well, this was that almost try from the end of the earth style score from Trailfinders. They put caution to the wind, but talk to us about this. This was exceptional.
Yeah, obviously Trailfinders camped in their 22. Quick hands from Ellie Boatman to get it to Grace White, and she's just electric. She absolutely lights up in a bit of space. You can't let her get any space, but this cover tackle from Isla Andro is honestly superb. But then you can see Trailfinders all in support of each other. A lovely offload from Rosie Inman and a short line there from Vicky Laughlin to get over for her 3rd try, I think.
That was a hat-trick for Vicky Laughlin. At that point, there was just a couple of points in it. And we can see here, this try here, just from this end on, it really gives you an idea of just how good this play was and how much speed Trailfinders had.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said at the start, they're a team that absolutely graft and they work for each other, and this is an example of it. You can see literal end-to-end stuff right at the end of the game. It's not easy sprinting that quickly when you're in your 78th minute, but they wanted it, and there was support around her, and you can see that they all looked up.
They really did all link up beautifully, and it set us up almost perfectly at the end. But Saracens, well, they stuck to their processes, they stayed confident in their own ability, and this try right at the end ultimately sealed the game for them. Talk us through it.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, at Saracens we talk a lot about culture, and the girls will always work for each other. You know, they're just absolute grafters. You know, they're physical, they're smart rugby players, and you could see if you're on the wider lens that McKenna was absolutely calling for it, and she knew that there was a gap between those end defenders, and she just slotted herself through it and try over. And it's smart rugby, you know, like you could see that there was an overlap, and bam, straight through the gap, and you know that led to us winning the game. So I think it's super exciting.
As you said, really exciting game. There's always two sides to the story, though. Barney Madison, so much to be impressed with by his side, but ultimately ending up on the end of the defeat. He is with Lucy down pitch side.
I'm joined by Barney Madison, head coach of Trailfinders. Barney, commiserations today, just couldn't quite get over the line. Where did Saracens have the better of you today?
Yeah, probably set piece. They towards the end, just in the scrum, the dominance in that area probably was the reason why we conceded just a fair few too many pens towards the end. So yeah.
But even though you couldn't quite make it over the line, there were some stunning individual performances. Who really caught your eye today?
There was lots of people caught eye. I think Grace White had another great game with ball in hand. Again, Brooke Bradley. There's our whole back line. When we can get the ball to space and allow them to play, we look really, really dangerous. So yeah.
And of course, round 2 is going to be fast approaching. What's the focus going to be for training this week?
Well, we'll have to check the body count, I think, when we get back in on Monday. There's a few knocks and injuries and things there, so see how that kind of goes. And yeah, we've got 3 sessions which we can get under our belts before we play Loughborough.
Lovely. Well, commiserations today. Hard luck. It was a cracking game. Harry, back over to you in the studio.
Well, fantastic. Thanks very much, Lucy. Great to hear there from Barney. I'm now joined up in the studio setting with Alex. I can see you smiling there when I say studio. We had a chat about that beforehand. But smiling at the end there, that was a tough old match, and in the end, an important, hard-fought win.
Yeah, absolutely. Credit goes to Ealing. Again, we knew what they were going to be about when we played them just a couple of weeks ago. And you know, they got off to a fast start, which we got to look at ourselves for a bit of a soft score, but they looked dangerous in broken field and certainly in transition. And you know, right to the death. You know, it's a fight and it's a tough battle, but you know, we were expecting nothing more than that. We knew what it'd be like. It's a London derby. It's the first game of the season, and like I said, there's a lot of kind of unfinished business from the game before.
They said unfinished business, but 5 points important to start the season with that. How were the nerves in those final few minutes? They scored that great try, 2 points in it, sort of went down to the wire in the end there.
Yeah, we're disappointed with that final, well, not the final passage of play, because obviously we get the try that seals it, but that passage leading to their score, you know, we're a few yards out, we were on top. Do we need to play maybe that wide with that pass? Probably not, but then, you know, we're going to make mistakes, we're going to make errors, but I thought we reacted quite slowly to that. I mean, it's a walk-in if Isla doesn't track back as well as she did. I just thought we invited that score on us, you know, 9 points on the verge of scoring again. Gives you a less nervous few minutes, whereas going to a 2-point game, you know, final few minutes, you know, I thought we then showed some composure, which then, you know, helps out your nerves in the box. But yeah, look, fair credit to the girls. They found a way, they stuck in it, and you know, 5 points at home against a team that they'll be competing and you know, they'll be up there towards the top half of the table. You know, it's a great result, and I'm sure that Ealing will cause a lot of other teams some really big troubles, and to come away with 5 points is, you know, it's pretty pleasing.
You said it was really pleasing. It certainly is. Just a final one before we let you go. Everybody knows the internationals are away all around the world at the moment at WXV, but it's opportunity time for other players to step up to the mark. Who do you think did that today for you?
Oh, it's quite difficult to you know, just to choose on 1 or 2 people and single them out. But you know, you've got Joya, who's making a debut in the Premiership. I thought she was very good. Leanne, on the opposite kind of scale of the age and career-wise, comes on, makes a big difference. I thought some of the carries of the pack were, you know, outstanding, and McKenna getting that score at the end, showing just how important she is to any team that she plays in. So yeah, it's great to have the opportunities. I still do think the league needs to make sure that there's not the clash of international going forward, but right here and now, you know, the players that are with us, you know, keeping the home fires burning, certainly put a lot of heat today, and I'm really proud of what they've done, excited about what they're going to continue doing, and you know, there's no guarantees that those players coming back, you know, get the shirt back. They've got to earn it. They've got to show that, you know, they're ahead of these guys. So yeah, it's exciting times and some headaches to come.
Like you said, some headaches to come, but some positive headaches for you. Alex, thank you so much for joining us. That's it for the opening round of the league season. What a game this has been. The PWR is back. It's going to be a sprint rather than a marathon this season, all the way through to mid-March. Whichever side is going to get themselves to the final. They've got 20 games in 22 weeks, and players that we saw today are going to be so important for that. For now, all that's left to say here from StoneX Stadium is thank you to Alex, to Barney, to Duncan, to Lucy, to Charlotte and Sophie who joined us today. It's a new way of doing streaming for us here at Saracens. We've tried a few new things that have been incredibly challenging but fun to try and do. So thank you to all of you for joining us. If you want to watch the rest of Harlequins versus Exeter, tune in on their YouTube now. For us, we will see you very soon. The PWR is back with a bang, and how good does it feel to finally have it back?